Hey y'all, Skylar here with Sky Gardens. Welcome back to our In His Creation segment here on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about something that is really neat to me, really important to me, and something brand new that we're doing this year for the first time. And I'm actually sitting right here at it. This is the entrance. You can see the cedar post right here. There's another one over here. It is our entrance to our fruits and vegetable area out here on the farm, where we're going to have a space for people to be able to pick their own fruits and veggies in the fall. So I'm to say I'm extremely excited about this is probably putting it mildly. Flowers are still like crazy, like our main focus. Like, we're crazy into flowers, right? But at the same time, my heart and my soul, and even the people who have been following along, have said, hey, why not do this with fruits and vegetables too? And that's something that was tugging at my heartstrings anyway, and I'm gonna share that with you today. Whenever Sky Garden started, I was growing tomatoes mainly with my grandma, right? Like, that's where we came from. That's where we started. I grow tomatoes every year, mostly for to put in my arrangements and then to snack on during the day. But I wanted to grow them for people, to sustain life, right? And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're starting, is we're starting to grow fruits and vegetables just in this small area. And I don't know how much it'll ever expand. Flowers are the focus, but this all came about God. It has to be God, because I'd been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And then our preacher preached about this earlier this year, and this is kind of where it all began, I guess. I mean, this is where I was really pushing it into overdrive. Like, okay, yes, we do need to have a fruits and vegetables section for this reason, if not anything else. So Leviticus 23 verse 22. Suppose you are gathering your crops, then do not harvest all the way to the edges of your field, and do not pick up the grain that you missed. Leave some for poor people and outsiders. I am the Lord your God. That is wild to me, because I don't know about y'all, but I am a very non-wasteful person, and I'm like, if we're going to be doing something or eating something, I want to make sure that I am licking my plate or taking home the leftovers to eat it tomorrow, because I don't want to be wasteful. I don't want to be unhappy with, or I don't want it to appear as though I'm unhappy with or not enjoying or not eating everything that the Lord has blessed me with in that moment, right? I find it so interesting. He says, leave it on the vine, right? Like, that's what he's saying there. Leave it in your fields. And I started really thinking then, and I was like, man, this just like proves it. Because yes, flowers, they bless people, and they do such amazing things for people. But at the same time, they don't sustain life like fruits and vegetables do. And so that is what this area, you can see these planting back raised beds behind me. This is where we're going to have those fruits and vegetables. We are going to put some more on the other side over here too, but it's not going to be a big area, but it's going to be enough for people to come pick their own. And then the whole goal with it really is we're going to pick a day, and on that day we're going to have people gather the fruits and veggies, whatever is available, and take it hopefully to people who are in need, who can't afford, in these hard times that we're having, to feed their families and feed them well, you know? I just find that so cool. And so I pray over this garden. I pray that it will be a blessing to people, that it will sustain life, that it will show people life, and it will do amazing things. I think there's something so amazing about whenever people come out to the farm, they see the flowers, right? And they see that flowers come from plants, which I think is also something we take for granted whenever we're in the grocery store and we're like, flowers are so expensive, right? And we don't think about the fact, man, that thing came from a plant that had to be picked by someone's hand and then taken thousands of miles in some cases, or even, hundreds of miles, or even a couple miles, like just a couple miles down the road. But somebody picked that by hand, and that was part of, but it's come to me that I've figured out as I've been doing this, like a lot of people don't know where a lot of these tomatoes and these squash and zucchinis, they don't know that they come from plants. They don't know that the cotton that is out there on that plant is what is spun into thread and make up a lot of our clothes. That is wild. And so I hope people can come here and they can teach their kids and say, hey, look, this is a tomato plant. If they don't have a garden, in their own backyard. And they can say, this is where we get our tomatoes from. It's plants just like this. Somebody picks it by hand. And maybe not in all cases do they do that. But here in this case, they will get it picked by hand. And just a whole nother understanding of how amazing our God is and how he provides for us comes through gardens just like these. And so that is my prayer, that this garden is a blessing and it sustains life, and more life than even a flower can give. And so this is not our main focus, but we are going to be leaving some on the vine so that hopefully the poor and the outsiders can feel Jesus above all else, right? So that is what is going on this week in the garden. I'm working on getting this area ready, which means that I'm trying to, above all, I'm praying over this garden, and I ask you to do so with me. So, thank y'all so much for joining today. Again, I'm Skylar with Sky Gardens. I'm so excited that you're here, and I hope this was encouraging to you. I hope that you're ready to bless some people's lives by either teaching them about the garden here in the fall, or maybe you're working on your own garden there at home too. So anyways, thank you all. It's getting late. The sun's going down. The lighting's going to be really bad on this if I don't turn it off. So thank y'all so much. See y'all next week.